Red Hot Gotsy, come subscribe, come subscribe, come subscribe, come subscribe.
Red Hot Gotsy. Alright, so today I'm going to be making a Cobra Kai video about Season 5. Now, today I'm just going to be predicting what I think is going to be in Season 5 or what I think should be in Season 5. Let's just get into it. The first thing that I want is for Miguel and Robbie to converse and, have a conversation and just, in general, air out their differences and all that other stuff, because I feel like for most of the series, they've just been going at it, and a lot of their interactions have been very hostile, because, they haven't really had a real conversation, actually, telling each other why they hate each other so much, and, given the full context of all their, interactions, especially since, the last time they fought, the last time they actually had, an interaction, a huge one, it was, actually, no, technically they've had a couple since Season 2 when Robbie broke Miguel's back, but in general that was one of the catalysts to Season 3 leading up to Season 4, where they had the whole tournament and stuff like that, and they just had this huge war going on, and it's just been going up and up and up, and they haven't had a settling down time where they could just settle down, relax, and kind of just talk with one another in a wholesome, non-hostile way. I think the main things they should talk about are the tournament in Season 1, Season 2, the whole school fight where Robbie kicked Miguel off the balcony and broke his back, and that whole process and how Miguel was feeling at that time. The whole Sam debacle, just stuff like that, and maybe even Robbie can talk about how Tori is and how her family's doing, because Miguel probably doesn't even talk about. He doesn't talk to Sam anymore, most likely, because of the whole problems that they've been happening and the fact that they broke up and the stuff in Season 3 basically. The next thing I would want is probably Sam and Tori to have a conversation and just air things out, because they also have a huge rivalry that is kind of it's settled down. I'll say more than Miguel and Robbie, because Miguel and Robbie are still on. It's on site, you know what I mean? Because they still haven't had that they've had actually less conversations that I would say Sam and Tori, or at least less effective ones, because Sam and Tori, I feel like overall they started off that rivalry a little bit differently than Miguel and Robbie, because Miguel and Robbie, it was more about Johnny and stuff like that, but with Sam and Tori, I would say it's just more of a overall thing. You could say it's over Aisha that it was started, because that was technically, it was Season 2 Episode 4 where this whole thing started, and that's kind of the reason that they started beefing, because Aisha wanted to be Tori's friend and hang out with her, since she was new to the area, and that started off that. So it was about friendship, then it was about the relationship, it was Miguel and stuff like that, and then it was just kind of those two just in general just hate each other, and Tori was kind of put in the spotlight as the villain for the Season 2 and 3, and then in Season 4 they try to flesh her out and try to make her more sympathetic and stuff like that. So I really want to see more of Tori trying to be a better person and be the bigger person, and then Sam kind of realizing that, and then properly in a non-hostile way trying to air out why she in general just doesn't like her. I guess technically the main things I would want them to talk about is Tori's struggle, with her mom and all that other stuff, and I guess Miguel, since they both, fought over Miguel basically, and maybe Robbie, just how I talked about Miguel, and Robbie should talk about Tori a little bit, that kind of thing. One thing I just want to add, this is kind of just the third thing I want to slip in there, is I want Amanda to have a conversation with Anthony, since that's her brother, oh my god, that's her son, and I think Anthony really needs to talking to, because he has been an asshole for all of Season 4, the previous season. So I feel he needs to progress as a person, as a character. I know that's going to happen since he's going to be in Season 5, but I feel I feel bad for Kenny. I think his story with Anthony was a 6 out of 10, but in general, I had some issues with it. I think it was kind of overused, the whole idea of bullying, and then you learn karate, and then this, that, and the other. The twist I liked about it is that Kenny turned evil, basically turned to the dark side of the Force, you know what I mean? But the only thing I didn't like about it was Anthony, and just how cliche the whole storyline was. But I think Anthony and Kenny kind of conversing and having their little debacle, their whole beef be squashed, it would be a good thing for the younger cast of characters to have their little feud be extinguished, especially with how much Miguel and Robbie and Tori Sam, their beef has been built up and stuff like that. I want to see more of that, and I also want Amanda to kind of, in a way, be a parallel to Daniel's mom in the Karate Kid movies, how she was very supportive of Daniel even though he would make mistakes, and he was very I wouldn't say arrogant, but he was very irrational sometimes, and I wanted it to be a parallel with Anthony, since that is her son. I also think, since this whole show's been going on for a while, and I don't want it to get dragged out too much, so I hope Season 5 and 6 are probably going to be the last seasons of the show. You can talk about that in the comment section. Comment, subscribe, let me know what you think of the video. But in general, I think Chosen should be a key element to Johnny and Daniel, settling their differences, because I think Chosen's actually a great character to help do that, since he was actually the one, it could kind of be like Allie in Season 3. He could, maybe give a speech to Johnny and Daniel about, forgiveness and all this other stuff, since Daniel actually forgave Chosen after all the crazy stuff he did in Karate Kid 2, and that would be a good sort of like callback to that movie. You know, people would get more like it would give more quality to the previous films, and also tie up all the loose ends of just the whole rivalry in general, and kind of like show that redemption is possible, and that they can actually, since Johnny did change and he's actually getting better, maybe it's possible for Daniel to forgive him at that point. Now, the last thing I'll just slip in here and just add is I think Terry in general should get the upper hand and somehow win. In terms of, I can't really say like a tournament or anything, but whatever debacle this season has, maybe at the end or whatever, I think Terry should win that encounter. But I think the hero should get some sort of advantage in order to defeat him fully, and you know, shut down Cobra Kai forever, or at least get it back from him, and maybe get him arrested or something like that. Maybe Kreese can get involved, since you know he was the rightful owner of it at the time, and maybe Kreese can actually become a good guy. Who knows? This is like end of the series stuff. I don't really want to get too much into that, because maybe I'll make a video about that in the future. I'll probably make a couple videos, but yeah, I think in general, just they should get the upper hand through Kreese or someone else. Johnny and Daniel will obviously settle their differences, be able to fight Chosen and defeat him. I kind of want Johnny to get his run his ones, which not Chosen, with Silver again, because like that really annoyed me how he just got his ass whooped. But yeah, that's for another time. So comment, subscribe, like. Let me know what you think of the video. Let me know what you think of season 4, and did you like the season? Did you hate it? What do you think of the whole series? You know. So yeah, that's Red Eye, and I'm out. Peace.
No way, Jose.
Red Hot Gotsy, come subscribe, like, come subscribe, like, come subscribe, like, come subscribe.